Hello, fuckers! Hello, my viewers. Wow, that sounded pretty fucking gay. Shut up! Welcome all to this video of me trying to get the Ganda in Trove. To those that don't know, Ganda is without a doubt the most expensive mount in the game Trove. The reason it's so expensive is because it has an insanely low drop rate from a very expensive cage, roughly 10k flux per cage to be exact. Flux being the currency in Trove. By the way, get used to the word flux, we're going to be using it a lot. Flux, however, functions more like souls or blood echoes than standard gold. Use flux to buy stuff, yes, but also to upgrade your gear, level your character, and craft many items. It's more complicated than that, but for people that have never played Trove, it's easiest to imagine flux being like souls. So why am I explaining this? Simple. This video is my journey of how I got enough flux to buy my very own Ganda. To do so, I have to earn 25 million flux. My starting budget is a little over $500,000. This is going to take a while. For the people that are asking, why didn't I just buy the cages to open them? That's very simple. I have no faith in my luck. Before I start, I have to mention two things. First is that this video is more like a compilation of other video clips while reading the little diary I made for this journey. So it might so happen that some clips are out of order. I collected almost 2 hours of footage and forgot to give dates or descriptions to my recordings, so please bear with me here. Second is that I kept this nice and dandy little sheet to keep track of how much flux I was making. Some of the meaning of the boxes changed in the first week as I was figuring stuff out, but also these are the scores of the days I actually sat down to play this game. Contrary to popular belief, I didn't solely play this game for the duration of this journey. So you could say that this is the score if you played hardcore every single day, but it wasn't the official time of me finishing this. If you are curious, this sheet shows you from left to right the day I'm on, the total amount of flux that I have, the amount of flux that I have on the market, how much product I sold, how much stuff I sold that I didn't make any investments in, so things like mined materials or things out of chests and the like, my investments / costs, and lastly, the amount I earned or lost counting from the amount I started with that day. With all that being said, here are some ground rules. 1. I am not allowed to do anything that is outside the game rules, so no hacking or exploits or anything like that. I'm pretty sure even if I wanted to I wouldn't be able to, but even if I find something I'm not allowed to use it. 2. No using real money. I have been a free-to-play guy for all my time playing this game, and although I am tempted to pay some money for the new class, I am not allowed to use real money to buy stuff that I can sell for flux. And 3. No using anything that's not mine, so no accounts or items or anything I get from other people, unless I traded fairly with them. So anyway, day 1. So first things first, I started with the I plan. In Trove's market you often can get away with something we call flipping. Basically, you buy an item when someone tries to sell it for less than the market price, and then sell it for the market price. Flipping is dangerous as it often can lead to you being stuck with a lot of product for a while, because you have to wait for people to get impatient and buy it for the market price. A crafting material that almost everyone needs and often gets cheap are Eyes of Cthulhu. My first idea was to constantly flip those, however I soon realized that it's not worth the wait, as I would have to sell over 12 million eyes to be able to buy my Ganda. My second form of revenue would be Nitro. The market is a waiting game, so in the meantime I have to do something else that allows me to make a profit, and that is another resource that everybody needs right now, Nitro. This resource however won't be flipped, but will be mined by myself. It sells for roughly 85 flux a piece, and I can mine somewhere between 500 to 700 Nitro in an hour. This gives me a clean profit of 42.5k flux each hour. Yes, I am calculating how much I make in hours. No, I do not have a problem. What are you talking about? However, at the end of the day, we mostly bought stuff to sell later. Even with the fact that I sold some of my nitro to offset the losses, we still end up with a 44k flux loss. And I would like to remind everybody that this is just the first day. Day 2. This day was more mining nitro, but also the start of 2 plans. One earned me a bit of flux, however its biggest success was giving me inspiration to come up with the second plan. So what am I talking about? What I started on day 2 was something I called proxy flipping. Well, flipping is fucking around with one market, proxy flipping is fucking around with 2 markets, or 3, and selling on a 4th while nobody's looking. So, how does that work? Basically, you buy crafting items, craft something with them, and then sell whatever you crafted. My first idea was to craft gardening stuff and sell my crops. However, if you have seen my previous video, you might have noticed that it's an insane time investment. Doing some math, I found that I make more flux farming nitro than I do gardening, so I stopped. However, late at night, I got a rush of creativity. Bombs! However, before that, I still made a huge investment into gardening and ended the day with a whopping 278k flux loss. This is not going great at the moment. Today is the day that I finally made a profit! However, today wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. I sold my gardening stuff and my nitro when disaster struck. Some dipshit started selling nitro 10 flux cheaper than its market price, and it went on for so long that so many people just said fuck it and started selling at the same goddamn price. So as any salty cunt would do, I tried to buy as much of it as I could and then sell it later for the actual market price, which almost dried up all my resources. Even then, I somehow managed to sell all of my gardening stuff and bombs. Bombs are great because you don't need to put any effort in making them. Just buy the materials, click the craft button, and it just does it by its own. You don't even have to sit there and wait, you can just mine nitro in the meantime while it crafts. Now I'm mostly sitting on a bunch of product waiting until it sells. Today I made 475k flux, and even counting the losses from previous days, that's still 156k flux in profit. Today stands in the day of picking a new flipping target, which today became fairy dust, and watching the prices of primordial flames like a hawk because I need them for bombs. I also found a solution to a problem that I thought would make this a lot worse. You see, in Trove you can have a max of 18 market slots, and you can sell a max of 9,999 of each product. However, since we want things to go quickly, we have to sell at a smaller quantity per slot to keep the prices low. This 18 slot problem would be annoying if you have a lot of product. So I took the help of my other account I made way back in the day and forced them to become my sell slave. Yeah, I'm grinding a little bit with him so that I can get more market slots because now he only has 5, but it would be nice to later on have 36 slots total. Hell, maybe I'll get a third account to get myself 54 slots. If you're asking why we need that many, well, it's pretty simple. The more flux we have, the more products we can buy and sell. However, because of the slot problem, the speed of selling stays the same. So there's no point in buying more product if we can't sell it quickly. Well, unless it's over the top cheap. When we will get to the point where we have like 5 or 10 million flux to go around, we will be able to make large investments and large profits, but not if you can't sell it quickly. So that's why I'm going to get 3 accounts with max marketing slots. Problem? I don't have a problem. Also, today is the day we made our very first million flux. Guys, we are millionaires in Trove. Not for long because we bought a lot of shit to sell later, so we are back to being half millionaires. So, I noticed that the fairy dust doesn't sell. Right now I'm trying to sell it at any good price, so I don't make losses. The nitro still isn't selling because the market prices have dropped hard. I'm still going to mine, and I'm going to use the Ganda trains to get more nitro quicker. I also have enough to get this dragon that I want, but I'm going to hold off on that one because I'm already pretty poor because I bought some crafting materials for the bombs, and you know, now any amount of flux really matters. So I bought the dragon, and also I figured out why the fairy dust doesn't sell. It's because you barely need it for 90% of anything. The dust doesn't sell, however, I'm still looking for the market for cheap sapestone, as I still have many flames to craft bombs with. The rest of my time I spent making a mushroom farm with the remainder of my sunlight bulbs. I could sell the bulbs, but since I have them I might as well get a bigger profit from them. The dust is gone, boys! And now I'm mostly interested in selling all the rest of my shit. I have a surprising amount of other materials that I could sell, so I'm going to do that. I use the power of having multiple accounts to use more market space and wait. I decided that if I see something that sells slowly, I will give it to the second account. I don't check the second account that often, and by that often I mean I only check it twice a day, but still. I end the day with gaining my million back and deciding to not go ham on investing into something again. I'm going to stick to proxy fitting with bombs for a while and also selling my other materials on the side.
Invested in cupcakes, regretted it, sold at minimum price to get minimal profit, invested into ice, I fucking hate my life.
Today I sold the ice and also found out that the dells are basically the new Shadow Tower. The reason that's important is because we can get some nice investment-free flux out of them. I haven't played in a while, so I don't know all the new stuff, okay? Don't add me, I don't even have Twitter to do that. But that's what Twitter is for, right? Adding people? That's so... Eyes are selling like it's the end of the world. I don't know why, but I like it. I sold so much that I ended up buying more eyes for 3 flux each and selling them for 5, and they still sold. I don't know what's happening, but I love it. Selling bombs is going to be the main source of income, except for Mondays, where I'm going to sell eyes. I also found out that there is this rare banner that increases the nitro drop rate, so I'm going to grind as much as possible in the delves to get it. Every time you mine nitro with it, you get the chance to get 1 to 6 extra nitro. At worst, it's going to double my mining speed. At best, it's going to make it 6-fold. To give you a perspective, I mined around 500 nitro an hour, and 800 with the Ganda train. Making that double would be insane. On Tuesdays it would be triple. If I could get 2000 nitro an hour, that would be 160k flux an hour, which would make it so that I could make a million a day simply by mining. If you look at the stats, my proxy flipping method is also making a shit ton of flux. If I get the banner, then maybe a million flux of profit a day won't be such a faraway dream. Yeah, I'm basically doing the same dungeon over and over all day just to get something that I can use to mine the same ore all day on the same map all day. No, I do not have a problem.
Okay, so I didn't write down when exactly this happened, but somewhere around this time I also made a small farm.
I do not have a problem. Okay, so I know this is a bit of a so I did some mining off screen kind of moment, but things were selling so surprisingly well that I didn't have enough time to keep track of how much I was spending and gaining. However, when things calmed down, I ended up with roughly 8 million flux. However, I also took the biggest risk that I could have made. I invested everything I had into bardium. To explain, bardium is a material for crafting a new class for free-to-play players. It's hot on the market and people are buying it like crazy. the prices are jumping from 10 to 20k flux a piece in spans of minutes. If this goes right, then I could almost double all of my earnings so far. If not, then I wasted all the flux I earned the past 2 weeks of playing.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% pain, 20% pain, 15% concentrated power of pain, 5% pain, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
I am licking my wounds. At this point I'm just trying to get any flux back. Word started to spread about an expert to get a lot of bardium and the prices dropped to 1k flux a piece. Even if I manage to sell everything, I will get back 1 million at most. This is a massive setback, and to be honest, I really don't feel like playing Trove anymore at this point. I'm going to try to sell some stuff, and now that I know how this works, I might go a bit quicker. But who knows at this point. I honest to God fear that this might be it. I know this might not be a long video, even if I make a video out of this at this point. But this was basically 3 weeks of effort going down in smoke. Well, we will see how I feel about this tomorrow.
Say, will you stand up for price and combat? Rise, defend the kingdom of God, alive in the conquest of Normans. Cross the land to Byzantine shores, restore Constantinople's war. Gone ahead, the army went on, arrived at the river of Jordan. Brave the dread Jerusalem sons, and one by one the pilgrims fall. And by the city of Siren, their bodies lying to rot. And underneath blood and iron lies the promise and honor of God. Say, will you stand up for Christ and command? Will you fight like a rebel in flag? Say, will you stand up for Christ and command? Will you sanctify the dawn?
And I'm just saying, for the record, I do not have a problem.
Say, will you stand up for Christ and combat?
we made almost all of our flux back, and it only took 5 years out of my lifespan and increasing the chances of me getting dementia when I get older by 800%. But it was worth it. To be fair, all I did was just invest everything I had in bombs and just watch the market 24/7. Just keep watching, just always have it on in the background. Just every time I sell, just restock it. Just and that for 3 days, or actually now 4 days straight. Ugh, fucking hell! I did it. And woo! I took a small break, and with that I mean I only check my main account and just keep it running in the background to craft bombs. I'm not being as hardcore as I was before. I'm going a bit easy now. The prices of the crafting materials have gone up, but the prices of bombs also have gone up, so I'm not earning any less. It actually helps because sometimes people sell the materials for the old prices, which means I'm earning a lot more per bomb in those cases. I am noticing that this has started to become quite boring. Now that I have the bomb plan, my days are just crafting and selling bombs. I don't have that much time, but I might go around mining nitro again. The prices have gone up even higher than when I started. I'll only be mining on gathering day though, as again I don't have that much free time. It's now taking so goddamn long to craft these. I use all of my accounts just to craft, and it's still taking forever. However, if you look here, then you notice that the prices have gone insane. So this is roughly what I pay to make the bombs, and this is what I am earning. This is madness. I love it. The bombs were just a quick fad and came back to normal. It's now 30 instead of 28 flux a piece, but prices of flames have also gone up, so that doesn't change anything. Well, I got some profit because I managed to sell some of it at a higher price, but still. It's possible that I might have to switch to something else because I won't get that much profit with how the market looks now with the bombs and the flames. I'm looking at the steed feed market and it seems that, so no idea if I should jump on it or not, or just wait it out. I'm kinda paranoid now about mass investing into anything. I have 11 million now and things seem to go really slowly now and I don't know why. Maybe now that I have 8 digits everything seems slower because, you know, the number doesn't go up that much in comparison to what it is. Oh well, I'll keep going for now. Nothing really exciting happens anymore. I just keep proxy selling the bombs. I also sell other stuff on the side like the weekly Trove of Wonders and robotic salvage I get for my tombs. I also do delves on both of my accounts because with this I can get more Titan souls. Titan souls are mostly used to buy Titan cages, which when open give you between 1.5 to 10k flux. With both of my accounts I can get almost 60 of these each week, meaning that it's a lot of free flux. Yes, I am doing what amounts to basically raids on 2 accounts just to earn more flux. No, I do not have a problem. Also, I found out that instead of dumping everything into the trading post for 10 minutes because I can send max 160k flux through there with each trade, I found out that you can just put something on the marketplace for a very specific price and make one account buy that. I mostly do this with cogwheels because few people sell those. Holding steadfast to my previous plan, no flipping except proxy and no doing any stunts to trip up the market. I'm keeping my investment to a maximum of 2 million, although I'm going to go above that if at the same day I earn back whatever I invested into. To be perfectly frank, the last couple of days have just been a waiting game. Even though I'm investing millions and earning millions back, even with free accounts, even with all the things that we went through, it's still taking a good while. Today is the day that with all my accounts combined, I got 25 million flux together. I sent all of it to the main account and finally buy my Ganda. To put it bluntly, this whole thing was mostly an exercise in patience. Even with my Bardian blunder and with me figuring stuff out for the first couple of days, at best I could say that this would take me 20 to 23 days to complete if I tried to do it again. However, we also have to take into account that I haven't been playing hardcore for the past month either. If I decided to just play nothing but Trove all day and Ganda train 24/7, then I could get the amount needed a lot faster. As you can see in the graph, a lot of these days went by without me selling anything without investment. If I played super hardcore, then I might be able to squeeze out the flux I need in 18 days. But I mean 18 days of no live Trove. And that's the end of my diary. So this is the part that I'm doing without a script. So if I sound a bit rambly, that's because this wasn't scripted. To put it frankly, this is basically an endgame challenge. I wouldn't advise anyone trying this if you are not endgame and also are not willing to put a lot of hours into Trove. I like this game a lot, so I thought this would be a fun challenge, especially because this mount is as endgame as it gets, I think. I'm pretty sure. It's not any better than any other mounts. It's useful with the whole blocks going behind you, so you basically don't need any jump. But it's not like a dragon that it has 3 bombs or a boat or anything. It's basically the luxury mount, just something that you can say, wow, look how cool I am, I have this. But it was something to do in Trove, and I really enjoyed it. It was a very fun experiment just to see if I could do this. And if you're roughly around my level, if you have a character that's roughly 30k power rank, if you have decent amount of mounts and decent amount of flux to begin with, like I did, 500,000, you could try this. But again, remember, it's a huge time investment and it's a lot of effort. Yeah, it didn't really end with a bang as I hoped. I hoped I would just do some insane scam and just get all the flux in one go, but it was not meant to be, I guess. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer, I guess. But anyway, I thank you all for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. See ya!